Welcome Aries to your August blue moon reading. We are going to go ahead and see all the possible energies and messages coming through for you over this time. Aries, I'm starting off with your oracle cards. This is going to give us our core messages, the main themes coming through for you. I will then go ahead and clarify everything further with the tarot to get deeper insight and deeper messages. Aries, this is a collective reading, so take what resonates and leave the rest. Aries, this blue moon will be taking place on the 19th of August, and we are going to be able to feel the blue moon energy for at least a week before and a week after the 19th of August. A blue moon is a very rare occurrence. That is why we have the saying, once in a blue moon. This supermoon is in Aquarius, so there is a strong emphasis on all the relationships in our lives. It's time to really go deep and look at our relationships and what they mean to us. It's a time of releasing what is no longer working for us and giving ourselves space and permission to move on to what now works for us and what we connect with. It is also a great time to set meaningful intentions and goals, as the super blue moon is elevated with auspicious, intense energy that has longevity. Just a quick side note, please excuse the bruise on my hand. This is a week after I caught it in the laundry rack. I know it might not look good, but it is so much better than it was. Aries, I'm going to start off over here with reconciliation, and I'm just going to get your clarifiers. So we want to see now what reconciliation is all about for Aries, please. Right, let us see, my dear Aries. We have the Moon and the Queen of Pentacles. Aries, there is somebody coming through here presenting as Queen of Pentacles. Now this could be a masculine or feminine. It's the energy of Queen of Pentacles I am speaking about. Now this person, my dear Aries, could be anybody in your life that I feel at this time you have no contact with. This could be a family member, a friend, a boss, a colleague, a business partner, anybody that you might have just lost touch with, Aries, or you might have had an actual argument and falling out with. And what I am seeing is that around this particular relationship, there is a lot of unknown energy. So Aries, if this is somebody you have lost touch with, then I see you thinking about them a lot, wondering what they're doing, what they're up to, how's things working out for them. If this is somebody that you had a significant relationship with and you now don't have contact with, then of course this moon energy is going to be that much more heightened. There's now more energy of, what are they thinking? Do they think about me? Do they regret what happened? Should I phone them? Will they phone me? What happens if I reach out and they reject me? All this moon energy of fear, uncertainty and doubt arises. Now, my dear Aries, because it is sitting under reconciliation, and as you can see in this particular card, we have the full moon in the background and we have the beautiful joining of the hands, which is illustrated by a wonderful light. Now, Aries, whether Queen of Pentacles reaches out to you or you decide to reach out to them, if this is a reconciliation that you want, my dear Aries, what I can see here, it's going to be very successful, because we see two people taking part in this reunion and both parties are wanting it just as much. So, my dear Aries, this super blue moon period, there is a strong emphasis on looking at our partnerships, our friendships, and our romantic relationships. And this is why I feel reconciliation is coming up for you. This is going to be the perfect time to reconcile or reconnect to somebody that you want back in your life. And from what we can see here, Queen of Pentacles is going to meet you halfway, as I do believe they're probably having very similar feelings to you. Now, as you can see, we have this little rabbit here. I do feel for many of my Aries, having this person back in your life is going to be quite lucky for you, Aries. It's going to bring luck into your life in very unexpected ways. So, for example, my dear Aries, if this is a friend that you've simply lost touch with, and you've been thinking about them for some time, and you think to yourself, you know what, I'm just going to reach out. And so you do it, and they're very forthcoming. They are excited to hear from you. You meet up, and what happens is you reignite an old friendship. And this friend now introduces you to their friends, and so your social circle widens. If this, my dear Aries, say for example, is a ex-business colleague that you fell out with and you didn't end on good terms, but you keep thinking about them, and you decide, you know what, you're going to pick up the phone and just say, let bygones be bygones. And so you do it. And your ex-colleague hears you, listens to you, and goes, Aries, you know what? I really appreciate what courage it took to make this call. I agree with you. Let bygones be bygones. As a matter of fact, my company is looking for a person with your skill set. Would you be interested in coming through for an interview? Now, you can imagine, my dear Aries, this is going to come through so differently, but however it relates to you, somebody from your past can play a very significant and positive role in your present and your future. Now let us see what number 15, message in a bottle, is all about, and I'm just going to get your clarifiers. So we just want to see now what message in a bottle. We will start there with the Hermit and the King of Cups. Aries, you are presenting under this message as King of Cups. Once again, it does not matter if you're masculine or feminine. It's the energy of King of Cups I am speaking about. And we see you here, my dear Aries, as very emotionally wise and mature. Now, when you get message in a bottle, it lets us know that somewhere in your life you might be asking or looking for some kind of sign, symbol, or omen from the universe, from spirit, on how to move forward. Hermit tells me, my dear Aries, that many of you have been doing the deep dive with regards to a certain area of your life. Now, for some of my Aries, it could be the reconciliation scenario, and for many of my other Aries, it's going to be a separate area of your life completely. But in order to move forward, my dear Aries, you have been going into hermit mode, going deep, looking to see what's actually going on around you, doing the research, analyzing things. It's almost like you are waiting to get the go-ahead in order to move forward. Now, with a message in a bottle coming out, you're going to get that sign or that symbol coming through, my dear Aries. Now, Aries, we all have different signs and symbols that mean a lot to us. I'll just give you some very simple examples. If you have an opportunity, say, to start something new, whether it is a new relationship, move to a new home, start a new job, and you're just not 100% sure that this is the right thing for you, and you've been sitting on it and meditating on it and doing the research, going through it, would it be right for you? And then out of nowhere, my dear Aries, one day while you're at your desk, a butterfly lands on your laptop or computer. And for you, a butterfly is very symbolic of transformation and new beginnings. This is your sign. As I said, these are very simple examples. If, say, for example, my dear Aries, you have met somebody new romantically and you really like them, but there is something about them that you're just not 100% sure of. You feel that there's something going on beneath the surface and you're not quite sure what it is. So you're going into hermit mode, trying to figure out what that niggle is, what's giving you that feeling. The message in the bottle for you could be, my dear Aries, this person now gives you the gift of flowers. And Aries, on the outside, all the flowers look wonderful and fresh. But when you go and put them into a vase, you see that inside there are a lot of dead flowers. This could be a very big sign for you. They could also give you a gift of chocolates. And it's a very beautiful, expensive box. But when you open up the box of chocolates, you can see that they are old and they have passed their sell-by date. This too could be another big sign for you. This, my dear Aries, will be your message in a bottle, as something is going on under the surface. Not all is what you see. Trust what you are receiving. So, my dear Aries, however this relates to you, you will be receiving a sign or a symbol from Spirit with regards to something that you have been giving a lot of thought to. Take what you are receiving and move with it. Let's move on now and see what the full moon in Virgo is all about. You are good enough. And I will just get your clarifiers. So we want to see now what this energy is for Aries, please. Start over there. We have death and the world. Wow. Aries, what big message is coming out for you as your final message? Now, my dear Aries, this message, you are good enough. Because we have death and the world coming out, I do feel that it can relate to both this reconciliation and message in a bottle. And again, for some of my Aries, it will relate to separate areas as well. But what we are seeing here with death coming in is that there is going to be a big finality coming through over the blue moon period. Something is coming to an end. So it could be the end of this separation because a reconciliation comes in. It could be the end of our hermit period because you receive your message in a bottle. But with death coming in, my dearest Aries, it's over. It's final. What's dead is gone for good. And the world tells us, after this ending happens, you begin a brand new chapter. Whether it's now the reconciliation or whatever you choose to do with the message you receive. But with the death and the world coming out together, Aries, it's very big because you close off a very significant chapter in your life that might have been challenging and not easy for you, and it allows you now to open up to new experiences and possibilities. Now, Aries, the interesting message it is sitting under is you are good enough. So when this comes up, Aries, when good things come into your life, when positive things appear for you, when Spirit gives you opportunities, signs, symbols, and possibilities, you must acknowledge that you are good enough. It's meant for you, and it's meant to be taking you to your next chapter. This looks like it's going to be a very exciting full moon period for you. Now, Aries, the number 15 is your lucky number over this blue moon period. So any combination or variation of the numbers 1 and 5, please consider very auspicious. My dear Aries, go forward now. Don't hesitate to accept all the good and exciting energy coming your way and really embrace this period. That is all I have for you right now. I hope you enjoyed your reading. I wish you the most wonderful and meaningful blue moon period, and I'm sending you all so much love.